My messy floor. This is it, boys and girls. Welcome. It's not always messy, but it's definitely not always tidy. Sometimes I don't like talking to people, man, because their heads up their Kulu, man. What makes them tick? What makes people tick? It's a load of fuckery, man. Do you know, I don't like swearing, but there's no other word for it. Like, we can take care of that problem right now, but a swear word. A load of nonsense ain't gonna do it, because it's far from that. What makes people tick? I don't know. It's don't know if I'm in the mood to do this, but I'm gonna continue anyway, because I just think there's not anything on YouTube for the thinkers. Did you hear how cheesy that sound? That sound for the thinkers. I don't know what's the matter with me today, man. I'm really not that inspired to make a video. So this video is not going to be my best work. Plus, I feel on the other side of the fence. Meaning I'm the small, weak one. And they're the big, strong ones. When usually I feel, when I make a video, that I'm the big one and they're the small one. Not meaning in an arrogant way, being like, yeah, I'm bigger than you, but I just know stuff they're not aware of yet. And in my life, how things work out, all the things I know seem to be true. But I'm checking out things from other perspectives now. I'm going to spend a bit of time with these atheists, because who knows, maybe I could be wrong. But my just how it looks to me, for one, I don't study what man has studied, what man has thought to himself to tell you what he wants you to hear. Could be the truth, might not be the truth. But in my eyes, from what I've researched in the world, that most of the things you're going to hear from someone who doesn't enlighten you in some way is not telling the truth. Because enlightenment is actually, to me, a kind of an awakening to something you was blind to. That's what enlightenment is. Do you know what I mean? The truth will be enlightening. But logical people, I have to hear their view. I'm going to spend as much time as I can, take as much pain as I can, because it seems a little bit painful, because it's going against what I've believed in for years and years and years, so it's going to be hard. But I'm going to just, because I have, to be honest with you, I'm double 100% sure of my theories, but who am I to explain to someone who's had their thoughts, probably the same amount of thoughts for the same amount of time, that they're wrong? That's why they believe, that's why they are atheists, because they thought about it. Do you know what I mean? But the problem is, with man's research, the same man who committed slavery is the same family that's telling you your history. The man who created slavery is the same man who's telling you about history. Now, he ain't going to tell you about, he doesn't tell you about his slavery history and things like that, because they're negative. So who's to say the history he's telling people, like on with you was talking about nature and how the beginning of time has been researched. I don't believe in the research stuff. I don't believe in research stuff because of the CV that so-called mankind has. That so-called mankind who involved with the money and the calendars and history and geography and near enough everything man-made, to me, is some kind of deceit. It's more deceit than truth. So I have to have my own history. I have to work it out all for myself. No research is going to do it for me unless they can enlighten me. Because the truth will enlighten you. You see, it's the fact that we don't know the truth while we are beings who are not enlightened. If we knew the truth, and the truth was the only thing to exist and there would be no lie, if there was no lie, then we would all be something. Because we would all know something and we'd all belong to each other, brothers and sisters from the Creator, Father. But because we do not know, we're not enlightened. So until we are enlightened, we do not know the truth. That's just an example of how it is to receive the truth. But that has to be comprehended. And maybe you've comprehended it, maybe you don't. I don't know. I have a feeling you do. So you definitely will find out the truth one day. You will be enlightened one day. Whether it's in this life or the afterlife. I don't know. Some people get enlightened before they reach heaven. People do it. You could see them. Enlightenment is... I don't know. There's many levels of enlightenment in my eyes. Because you could be enlightened just by being positive. Having a positive life is a form of enlightenment. Humour, music, all these things are a form of enlightenment in my eyes. I don't know what the exact word of enlightenment is. I didn't go to school and study. I never had someone teach me these words. Everything's come from just passing by. That's basically what it's like for some people. So it's not being funny. Don't wanna, I'm with you. Don't think I'm a baddie. I'm not a baddie. I know how the mind wanders. I'm a mind too in this world. So I know how the mind works. And that's, you see, secret societies right there. I'm not even talking about a subject, but someone out there understands. Anyway, I gotta smoke some more weed. I'm smoking this stuff, and I've paid for a vaporizer, which basically, when you smoke, you're not smoking the smoke. So it's a healthier form of taking cannabis, and I'm hoping that when I take that, I have no problems. But at the moment, when I smoke it, I have a few problems because I've been smoking for a long time, and I don't know if it's addiction. Because addiction means that, yeah, maybe it is an addiction, because I'm basically going against nature. I'm going against what is telling me, my body's telling me basically not to smoke it. The doctor's telling me not to smoke it. But every now and then I smoke it. Not as often. So I'm getting better because I know that I've worked that out. I can have this smoke. But it's just thinking that I can't. Anyway, boring. Enjoy your day, all. I hope I come up with some new, deep, meaningful stuff. With not so much cheese on it. You know what I mean?